let's talk Bad Bunny. Let's step out of the MLB for a second and talk about how impactful that performance was. I mean, we haven't talked about it. You and I haven't talked about it yet. It's been a couple days, and everything leading up to it, all the sort of controversy and all the people that were against it because whatever. Oh, it's all in Spanish. Which it's like
By the way, have you seen the photos of not of the Kid Rock Super Bowl, but of from behind the crowd of how few people were there?
Oh yeah.
It looks so sad.
Yeah. But I mean, I personally don't want to criticize.
I want to criticize Kid Rock. Kid Rock is not. That is what I'll say.
Yeah.
You can not enjoy Bad Bunny, but if you choose to enjoy Kid Rock over Bad Bunny,
I mean it's kind of tricky. He had his moment, and I feel like again. I don't want to knock on anybody who's performing at the other thing. To me, it's just really more about the reason behind it. That's the thing that's really kind of to call it all American and not have anybody of color or anybody outside of whatever was there. And
which I think I will say is probably one of my favorite things about the Bad Bunny performance was that the part at the end where he said every country in both Americas,
the Americas,
and that because that's a point that you kind of lose in the modern talking about stuff is you say America, you think of the U.S.
Yeah.
And
it's America, and it's America is also South America and Canada and Central America and the Caribbean.
I love that shout out for Canada.
Yeah,
Canada. Expected.
Canada. It's so funny. I saw a meme of this girl who is from Canada, and she's started saying all names of places of Canada with a Puerto Rican accent. She's like Ontario, Toronto. She's loving it. She's like Canada. But seriously, here's the thing. Here's a crazy thing. It's for me. I know you've been a fan of Bad Bunny, and I mean, we're Dominican heritage.
You've definitely been exposed to Bad Bunny.
I've seen Bad Bunny since the second he came out. I know people in the Latin music industry, and people have always said, "Oh, this guy, whatever."
And your family.
And my family's always been hardcore. They're super huge fans. I've never been a big fan of reggaeton, just me personally, just because I've always thought that it was it has its place, but for me, I kind of changed my tune with this last album because I felt like he completely he kind of achieved a certain level of success. I mean, the highest possible, and then instead of repeating himself, he recorded something where he paid tribute to all the greats before him in a way that he still maintained his own artist personality and his integrity, but still paid tribute. And that's what I feel like was manifested in the performance, where he did so many nods to all these things that I personally grew up with, growing up in Dominican Republic and in New York and all this stuff. So it's to me, it's it was all these it's funny because I was thinking about this the other day. Sorry to go on a tangent. People say the word trigger, it always has a negative connotation, right? But
you can get triggered for these good memories.
You can also get triggered by these good memories. It was just so much oh my gosh, this is so instant joy, instant love, instant emotion, and it was just it's crazy because it's strange to me that people said it's the worst. It's the worst, halftime show. I feel like even if you didn't like the music, the sort of outline of everything that happened, it was the most how do you say it? Cinematic, most the best storytelling of any other halftime show. You can hate his music, but what he did laid out
I mean, he fell through a roof. That's commitment. I mean,
I like he just brushed himself off and he walked out.
Speaking, you did that. I'm thinking about those shoulders, that outfit. I know we're talking about the music, but on a tangent, I love his style so much.
Yeah.
And I love that he brought that to the Super Bowl. And I will also say, another tangent. You were talking about he's paying tribute to all these people. He started playing a little bit of Gasolina.
And
that
there was a little nod to Tego Calderon. I think there was like maybe even a J Balvin or Don Omar
there
nod.
Must have been. But did you know that Daddy Yankee is an actual priest now? Daddy Yankee is Father Yankee. I felt like I had to share that.
Padre Yankee?
Exactly. Like that's. I had to share
he's always
that. That's
been
crazy.
Daddy.
Yeah,
so
but now he's
father. Now he's official. I guess.
But yeah. Oh, also, you did say that you got on board with this last album.
This last album, I mean, it really kind of blew me away because I feel like there was something, just exactly what happened with the halftime show. It felt like an album, like in this idea of album, the concept of album, you're telling a story, like overall, these sort of like each song being a chapter. That album is just excellent through and through, and it's like, I have friends who are like, I can't believe that. I'm like, you gotta listen to this record. I mean, it's like, I mean, I stand by it, but again, I feel like even that, it's not even like, that halftime show was just so culturally significant. I mean, right off the bat, he starts with the phrase "Hoy se bebe," and that's such a Dominican thing to say. Basically, when you say "Hoy se bebe," you're setting it off. It's like, we are here, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna this is gonna be the jam. We're gonna party. This is gonna be explosive, and it's just like. And then it's like in a sugarcane field, you know what I mean? And it's like
that was people.
Oh, and they're actually, yes,
that's the craziest thing. There were people in there.
Soylent Green, it's people. They were. Yes.
Also, I don't know if you knew this. That intro bit, like the video before it actually went to the Super Bowl. That was filmed in the Dominican Republic. That was he didn't make it on a set or anything. Like he went there and they filmed it. And I thought that was
that's beautiful. I love how it was just also like, the title card was in Spanish. It was just like, El show de medio tiempo, blah blah, Super Bowl, and it said its full name. It didn't say Bad Bunny. It gave its like 4 names and stuff. I was just like, oh man, this is cool. And it was just cool too. I just feel like also that the music tends to be very it's sensual, it's sexual in nature, and for some reason it never seems personal. It just always seems sort of like this sort of like confrontation kind of thing, but it never feels like deep, I just feel like that performance, just him like walking towards the camera and then just going through all the things. It was just like the piragua, the feel, the guys playing domino, the taco stand, the women doing their nails and all this, like all the crazy like neighborhoody things that I grew up watching as a kid or seeing and whatever, and it was just cool. I mean, like, I know that the casita thing, the little house parties, that was the whole theme of his shows that he was doing in Puerto Rico. Your aunt and Uncle Amari and Dorca just went to go see it in Puerto Rico, and they said it was like the most amazing thing. It was a party, it's like, see all those celebrities there, all the people, whatever, Cardi B and Pedro Pascal, Jessica Alba.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's like, I mean, the funniest thing was I was in a trance watching it, so I didn't process that all those people were back there.
It took me a second time to kind of.
I saw people back there, and I was like, I wonder what's going on with those people. And then afterwards, I saw like everybody was like, Jessica Alba was there, and I was like. But yeah. I like...
Who looks She's like hasn't aged in 20 years. It was just like that's why I didn't know. It was just
she looks straight out of Fantastic Four
or Sin City. And what else happened in the thing? The whole wedding thing. I don't know if you heard the story that basically this couple, the California couple, they had planned their wedding and whatever, and they had a few invitations left, and their first dance song was gonna be a Bad Bunny song.
So they invited Bad Bunny.
So they just said, let's send an invite to his people, and they responded. They said, look, Bad Bunny's not gonna be able to go to your wedding, but if it's okay, can we jump on a Zoom? We'd like to talk to you. And they're like, okay. And they'd been planning this wedding for like 2 years, and then they were like, we want you to be on the Super Bowl. They were like,
you don't say no to that.
All other people canceled all the plans. But it was beautiful, and it's like I love it too because they did the whole engagement thing first, and then a minute later they were on stage, and the whole thing. There was so many things like kids. Like I was that kid sleeping on the chairs and sleeping on people's like on the coats, and like people would pile up coats on the bed, and and it'd come to be like 11 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and they'd put the kid on the bed. It's like, hey, because the party kept going, and like to this day, the smell of pleather and fake fur always brings me back to that kind of stuff. But that was cool. The kid that he gave the Grammy to,
I think it might have been the same kid.
Yeah, they thought that it might have been that kid that was like kidnapped taken by ICE.
I've been hearing stuff.
It's not the same kid, but the sort of
like
the timing and the look, exactly the symbolism of it. What else?
Lady Gaga.
Oh my God, Lady Gaga.
By the way, my favorite new dance move now. She hit that. She was
salsaing for her life.
She was out of
it was like her life depended on it.
Which, by the way, I'm also like, there were a lot of speculations on who the guest would be. I'm half convinced Bad Bunny just likes Lady Gaga and wanted to dance with her because he looked so happy.
He did, and
like,
you know what? There was a moment in the Grammys. I don't know if you saw that when he won. She was like in tears.
I didn't see that. I've only seen like him.
Oh, when he won, he was in tears, and she went up to him, and she was just like, whatever. So it's like it was kind of like, I don't know if they were already in the planning. Sure, they were already in the planning. They must have been, right? I mean, because that was a week ago. It must have been.
But still, it's like that is.
It's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. It's still also another thing about. To go on a different tangent, I think a good song can be remixed and changed in many ways, and it's still a good song. Like that, to hear that song, which is probably one of my favorite songs of last year. Like
I will say, heartbreak because somebody was missing from that song who would have been wonderful.
It would have been.
It's asking for too much. That would have been perfect. But yeah.
Who knows? But it also gave her the chance to kind of shine by herself too. So it was
I do feel like it's normally when I see that song, I'm like seeing him. So
yeah, and to me it almost sounds. I don't know. It sounds like a Bruno Mars song. So it's always think it's like
he was there in spirit.
He was there. It's his song. I mean, I believe it's his song. But to hear it in salsa, man, that was just to. And straight up like real salsa, like full on orchestra. It was great. It was great, and things like I'll get emotional if I talk about this because the moment that he was just like, when he's just like, I got here because I believed in myself, and I said. I was worthy, he said in Spanish, and then he said, you're worthy too. Don't you forget it. You're more worthy than you. He said, you're more worthy than you think. And I was just like, whoa, man, come on, man. Kid Rock ain't telling me that I'm worthy. He ain't saying I'm worthy. Or like,
he's saying I'm worthy.
It's just that sort of representation, man. It's like, say representation matters. It's like so important to show these things, to see these things, to and people say, oh, the whole thing was in Spanish, and it's like, who gives a fuck? It's like,
which, by the way, most viewership any Super Bowl has
the most,
ever.
the most.
Like,
so what does that tell you?
far.
What does that tell you? So it's like, and it's also, music is an emotion. It's a vibe, and the language sometimes isn't the first part of it. I mean, it's like people have been bringing up. Like I saw an interview with Mark Anthony, and he said, "Look, Andrea Bocelli is one of my favorite singers, and I don't understand a word in Italian." So it's like.
Who, by the way, I think was in Solo Mio.
Bocelli?
Yeah.
That's another talk. That's another talk. We have to bring that up later. But to wrap up this whole thing, it was to use a baseball phrase. Baseball. He knocked it out of the park. It was a home run, and not only was it just a fun thing to watch. Oh, the thing with the lights is a thing that's like an experience. I had to go back to that. The electricity poles when the lights go out.
Oh.
It's such a thing in the Caribbean. Se fue la luz. The lights go out on a daily basis. Just that's how they maintain the power grids. They keep things like rolling because there's not enough money to keep everything on at all times, and that thing, and the Ricky Martin thing, singing that thing about Hawaii, like, we don't want to end up like Hawaii. That's like,
I'm in American history right now. We just talked about Hawaii, and that is, it's bleak about how much that is. Then we're moving on. Monroe Doctrine, talking about just moving right along.
Yes.
It's like, ooh. Getting awfully similar to Hawaii, but
it's all very recent, to be honest, in the large scheme of history. All this stuff has been happening in the last 100 years.
It's America. But that's the thing. It's like, look, we're a nation of immigrants. We are. Americans are people of different cultures combined, and we can't forget that. But thank you, Bad Bunny. Nobody's illegal on stolen land.
Thank you, Billie Eilish.
I mean, that was another thing. I've never been a fan of her or her brother that much. Like, I know they can make music, but afterwards, their response to the backlash of saying that just made me like them more.
Oh, how they would just give up everything. They were just like, we don't care.
It's like, this is important. Like, that's great, because that's what you need. You need the people of privilege,
to actually
the rich white people, to be saying, like, yes, I do care, and this is like, I stand for this, and that's awesome. Like, you gotta love that.